if you have hard water or you got that white film crusting up all over your faucets and dishes, using the wrong water softener is just as bad as having no water softener at all. Not all water softeners are designed for well water or high hardness or a lot of calcium in your water. So choosing the right water softener is critical when you have that really bad hard water white film issue at your house. Having high amounts of hard water can destroy tons of things in your home, from your water heater to your faucets, to your dishes, to your hair, to your skin, to your clothing. I mean, I can go on and on. It can clog your plumbing, for crying out loud. So choosing the right one is the most important thing for you and your family if you happen to be on super hard water. Stay tuned. What we're going to do is go through what are the best water softeners for someone like you with super hard water. Now, some people call super hard water extreme water. Rah! So it's like, and some people call me and they're like, you know, they say, we want someone out, and if we can't get someone out tomorrow, they're like, no, I can't live like this. My wife is killing me, or my kids are screaming, or we got eczema in the family and it's killing us. Please come out tomorrow. I'll pay a premium. So I don't know if that's you, then certainly this video is for you, especially as you're trying to pick the best water softener for super hard water or extreme water. Now, extreme water in our world is anything over 15 grains of hardness. Now, most city waters all across the United States are under 10. So we deal with average water in Florida and Chicago that's under 10 grains of hardness. It still is pretty hard water. It does cause a lot of the same problems, but boy, when you get over 15, it gets extreme. By the way, my company's dealt with people that had 100. Yeah, 100, it's insane. Now that was so bad that it was like we had to do a system that literally took up this whole area here for one house. Like they needed to have a two big water softeners, a reverse osmosis system, and then because the water got so pure, we had to add minerals back to the water. It's insane. So that was like $45,000. So that does happen. If you have that, that does take an expert that knows what they're doing. By the way, we just didn't one day become that expert. It's through a lot of trial and error, right? We've had a lot of trial and error and misapplying things and then having to go back to someone's house to then say, oh, we're sorry, let's go do the right thing. And so in those cases, we would give someone a credit for whatever they bought and then get them a bigger system. And certainly when we got into that harder water, like 15, 20, 30, 40, 50 grains of hard water, we had a lot of lessons. Now, on the market, what we're going to do is we're going to see some of the stuff that you might look online. I mean, the first thing people do is buy water softeners online. I mean, it's so funny. I can never forget one day I was out helping someone, and this is really when the internet started getting more popular, and I gave them a price, and I forgot stuff in their house, and I left, and then I came back in, and there's their laptop, and what do? I left them, and the first thing they did is Google it, and they found an online water company to sell them water softener. So I was like, oh, hey, since you're looking online, let's make sure we're clear about a couple things. And they were all embarrassed. And I'm like, no, I don't blame you. I want you to do the research. Hence, that's why I'm here. Drew, the water guru, as silly as that is, we're here to help educate you so you can make the right decisions for you and your family. Now, at Angel Water, we are a licensed plumbing contractor. Why? Anyone that's going to connect this to your plumbing really needs to know what they're doing. They need to touch it when they cut the plumbing pipes so you know it's considered a closed loop environment in the home. So we got to make sure that everything that touches water is sanitized, right? We got to be careful with what we did. We can't just have dirty plumbing tools that we use on a sewer system and then come and connect your water system, right? 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 I mean, that's insane, but that happens. It happens. I mean, or you cannot tie the drain line. This is the drain line here. You can't tie that to the sewer supply without an air gap. That's another important thing. I can't tell you how many times I've seen what's called cross-contamination, which means this drain line is tied to a sewer line, and this is tied to the drinking water line. Wow, the Department of Health would go crazy. This did happen in Colorado. Yes, in Colorado, there was a company that absolutely misappropriated or misapplied that and drilled a hole in the sewer line and just drilled that in there, caulked it, and away they went. And a lot of people got Crohn's disease from that. So you can Google it yourself and go find it. It is a true story, and it's happened actually all over Chicagoland. And it's like some of my competitors that are pretty big have done it. And I'm just like, oh my God, how do they get away with it? Well, people get away with it, or homeowners get away with it, because it's like there's no plumbing police, no one to check on you. So part of why I strongly recommend that if you're going to do it yourself, really read the rules, and without a doubt, every water softener needs to have what's called an air gap for where the water softener drains to. Now, we are going to touch on salt-free systems, because people say, oh, salt-free doesn't regenerate, it doesn't tie to the sewer line, but it's not a salt-free. Actually, what they're called is salt-free conditioners. They're not called salt-free softeners, they're called salt-free conditioners. A conditioner means it's conditioning in the water, meaning they ran it through a filter material that says it's going, notice the word I said, it says. They claim that it keeps the rock attached to the water droplet. Now, as a company that sold a lot of them, what I can tell you is through the plumbing, yes, the rock tends to stay attached to it. How do we know? Because the plumbing buildup, or the buildup inside the plumbing pipe, seems over a period of time to not get clogged up. However, the minute that this water droplet with a salt-free conditioner hits air, which is in your dishwasher, your faucet, your shower, your laundry, the rock pops off. So it's almost an irrelevant product because it simply doesn't work. The reason why we have so many of these here is because these are salt-free conditioners. So many of our clients, like I just said, we would leave the house, we would quote something that was pretty expensive, and then they go online and they read, oh, salt-free conditioners, water softener companies don't want to sell them because they want to deliver you salt. That's not true. You think I like to deliver salt? I mean, I don't like carrying salt no more than you like to carry salt. I would love to have a magic wand that doesn't need salt. But salt-free conditioners only protect the plumbing inside. They only protect the inside of the plumbing, not for the features that high hardness causes. High hardness not only plugs the plumbing pipe, but it also ruins water heater, ruins your dishes, ruins your hair, causes white film on your shower stall, on your faucets, on your tile, on just about everything, right? There's just so many problems with it. So salt-free conditioners on high hardness are clearly out. You will be like these people were, asking me to give them a discount on a new system because they invested thousands of dollars into that and it didn't work. Now, all salt-free conditioners, by the way, we do sell them. We can sell them just like anybody. I mean, it's not like we don't have them. I have them, but they're not going to achieve the root of what you want. What you want is the rock, the film, the crust, all the dry, brittle hair, the dry, itchy skin, you want that to go away. So that means we need to remove the rock, hence the word softened. When we soften it, it means the rock is no longer there. It means it's been removed. The water is soft, pretty simple. In these, the rock stays attached, so it's conditioned. It's conditioned to stay attached to the water droplet, again, only through the plumbing. So let's move over here to some of the different water softeners that are on the market today. There's 3 different categories. I've talked about them. You can check out the different links in the bio here. We have big box products. That's the ones that you'll find at the Home Depots and the Lowe's, or GE units. You can find them at Menards. Those are undersized. You can just simply see. This is part of why I started doing videos, because just like that person I told you went online, when you look online, the thing looks huge. It's a big picture. Hell, even if I give you a brochure, it looks big. But it's not until you see it live in person you can go, wait a second, that thing's really small. How is that going to work as big as this? How does that work as good as this big one here, right? So take a look at this. A water boss, little guy, goes a little bit over my kneecap here. So inside it's holding salt and it's got a little resin tank. I mean, it's dinky. Now, for low hardness in a condo with 1 or 2 people, this can do okay. A GE is just a little bit bigger than that. Again, it reduces water pressure, by the way. Both of them reduce water pressure as it goes through. They come with a 1-year warranty. No warranty on the filter material inside. So you're sort of like, really? What are they really backing? They're backing the electronics and the vessel that it's made in. Well, this thing's indestructible. Look at me, right? I can kick it. Nothing's going to happen to it. That's not, what good is that warranty? Of course, it's made out of fiberglass or plastics. It's not going to break. What we want is we want a warranty on this stuff, the filter material, the control valve, so that we know that it's going to last a long time for your family and it is durable enough to deal with the high hardness we're talking about. So those are out, big boxes out. Now let's go to sticker companies. There's a lot of sticker companies. Heck, this is one. We have been one before. You know, this is where we literally just throw a sticker. We assembled it in our back. Most of the time it's made with Chinese tanks, Chinese resin, and maybe an American valve or not. This happens to be a clack valve. I do like clack. It's made in Windsor, Wisconsin. They do have Chinese plants though, so you got to double check where you're getting it from. Again, I just find that when they're made in China, the product doesn't last as long. Just my experience, not trying to be biased or anything like that. All I'm trying to say is, please stop, don't write me articles, please don't write me notes. I get so many people that are like, oh, all about China, aren't you? And I'm like, I'm just trying to share my experience. That's my goal. 25 years that I've been doing this, I want to share that experience because we deal with thousands and thousands and thousands of people. I mean, I've been very blessed to champion this company where we serve, I don't know, hundreds of thousands of people. So I just want to share that experience. So when you buy water softener for a high hardness area, you want to check who's selling it to you. And in almost all the cases, you're going to find that the sticker companies are guys that are working out of their garage, and they're going to sell you like a 32, a 48,000 grain water softener, maybe a 64, maybe an 80,000 grain water softener. That means that they get into bigger tanks like those guys back here. But you can see all of these are just simple vessels that are made out of fiberglass that someone poured resin in, stuck a distributor in, and then screwed a control valve on. Now your homework is to do the research. Because when you have high hardness or high, really bad water, you want to make sure that the system is working really, really good, right? It makes a lot of sense. Now, you got to be careful because some of them out there are still time clocked. That's how they reduce the cost. That means it's going to go through salt every couple of days, regardless of what your water usage is. Hell, if you go on a vacation, it's still going to use salt and it's going to burn out your sump pump. Or they're going to go into metered units, which are counting the gallons that you use and then clean itself. That's a step up in technology. Or you can start to look at some more advanced systems, and that's where the Eco Water product I like. I also kind of like the Kinetico, but for high water hardness, you can see how little it is, right? They take a 48,000 grain water softener, they put 24 in each tank. Now, the benefit of this system is that it's going to completely exhaust itself, then regenerate, and start this one and start using the water through here. So it starts filtering through here. Meanwhile, this one's cleaning itself. So this unit goes 24 hours a day without having to clean it, or it can soften water 24 hours a day, where some of the other ones have to pause like at 2 o'clock in the morning and clean themselves. So if you're a real party animal and you really love to party and you have parties all night long, well, the Kinetico might be your tool. Might be your forte, but you got to talk to them, because when they break the filter 48,000 grain of resin and put it in 2 separate tanks, that means that if you're using a lot of water with high hardness, you can have what's called calcium creep, meaning I have 4 faucets going on at one time. That high hardness is going to creep through or run through this filter bed too fast, and it's not going to be able to soften the water. So there is no, I have no idea how many gallons my house is using. There's nothing electronic on here whatsoever, so I have no knowledge as the consumer what's going on there. So from that perspective, even though it's a good unit because it's one of the most salt efficient units on the market today, it's missing so many components, like a bigger resin bed, like technology for me to see if something's leaking in the house. It's counting gallons. It's just going to start using more and more salt. RainSoft we've used. RainSoft, now we haven't used, but we've come across in service. RainSoft is assembled in America, but the products are made in China. By the way, none of these are NSF 44 certified. That's the feature that I'm going to really highlight here. When we have high water, I love products that are NSF 44 certified. That means that the manufacturer tested it through a nonprofit called National Sanitation Foundation, and it does take out the rock in the water. It's been proven. I like Eco Water for that, and I like them for a couple different reasons. First and foremost, they have that certification. Number two, they have technology that they patent called upflow brine and exact salt dosing. So let me show you on this glass water softener what that means. It means that exact salt dosing means that it's going to, when it needs to clean this filter bed, it's going to know exactly how much rock is used up in there. Now, in the Connecticut, it waits till there's rock attached to all the water, all the resin beads. But in your particular case, we don't really want to wait till it's completely exhausted because we need to clean it. And maybe we're going to have a busy day tomorrow. There's going to be family coming over. Maybe you do laundry every Sunday. So the computer is tracking your water usage, and it knows Sunday's a big day. So it knows that it needs to regenerate this. So what does it do? If it's 20% used up or exhausted, that means there needs only 20% of the salt from the salt tank to actually clean it. So rather than using 10 pounds of salt, it's going to use 20% of that, or yes, only 2 pounds of salt. So it becomes one of the most salt efficient units on the planet. So its technology is second to none. And then it also knows that, and it's also in a larger tank, so it can handle higher flow rates versus a Connecticut that's shrunk the tanks down so that you have to actually be careful with turning on too many faucets. Also, it brines from the bottom up. So when it cleans itself and it's putting salt down the distributor and it brines upward, it means it can be way more efficient and more effective on cleaning the filter material. So those are the couple things that I love about the Eco Water unit. And out of all the years that I've been selling a whole ton of different brands of water softeners, we find that that's the one that seems to have the least amount of future problems for the client. We have less issues. We have people that end up being more happy. So if you're looking to find a water softener that actually can handle high hardness, check out the Eco Water water softener or contact us so that we can help coach you on what to do should you want to choose one from a sticker company. We can actually help you define exactly what you need to do when you are negotiating one of those. You can reach out to us by going to our website, angelwater.com, or calling us at 847-382-7800. By the way, if you know someone else that has really hard water, please share this video, click like, check out our other videos because we talk all about how water affects the body and affects your pocketbook, right? So that's what we'd like to do is we hope that you can share that with your friends and family. And you know, our passion is about making you and your family more healthy. My name is Drew, and I am here to serve you.